Don't Play Nothing But the Blues by Robben. I was quite surprised that I couldn't find any lesson of this song on YouTube. And so I decided to do this lesson in English. Usually I'm doing my lessons in German, but maybe there are some interested guitar players in the song outside of Germany or Austria. And yeah, so I'm trying to do it in English. I'll try my very best. The song is in the key of A. It's a blues oriented song, and the intro riff starts on the seventh fret. It's played with hybrid picking for anyone who isn't familiar with hybrid picking. Hybrid picking means you're playing one string with your pick and the other string or other strings with your fingers. And the intro riff is played in that way. The main melody of the riff is actually so I will first show you this melody, and then we add a note below this melody to give it a more chord-like character. The melody starts on the 9th fret of the G string. Then we move up to the 8th fret of the B string. Then back to the 9th fret of the G string. Then we go back to the B string and play a hammer-on from the 8th to the 10th fret. Then back to the 8th fret. Back to the G string on the 9th fret. So far we have. Then we go down to the 7th fret and do also a hammer-on, this time with our third finger on the 9th fret. Then back to our index finger, 7th fret. Then we move down to the 5th fret. So far. And the last three notes are 7th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the G string, and then down to the 7th fret of the D string. So the melody is and now we add a deeper note to this melody. The deeper note is the 7th fret of the D string, the A. And now we have to play our melody with one of the other fingers, and I'm using my middle finger to do this. Under every note of the melody we pick the 7th fret of the D string. Now the deeper note is the 5th fret of the D string, and then the last three notes are also barred here on the 7th fret with our third finger, 5th fret with our first finger, and then down to the D and A string on the 7th fret. The whole riff so far is then we're going down to the 1st position. We're starting on the 1st fret of the B string and at the open G string. then up to the 2nd fret of the G string and the 3rd fret of the B string. These two notes are played twice, and in between these two notes we pick the open D string. And then back to the open G string and the 1st fret of the B string. One more time. Then we go down to the G chord, 3rd fret of the E string, and we add the open 2 middle strings. So in this case we need the middle finger to pick the D string and our 3rd finger to pick the G string. Then 2nd fret G string, 1st fret B string, back to the 2nd fret of the G string, and then up to the 3rd fret of the B string. The whole part down in the 1st position is. And the whole riff so far. After that, this riff is repeated with some variations. First we slide up with our 2nd finger from the 2nd fret of the G string up to the 9th fret of the G string. Then we hold this note and add the 8th fret of the B string back to the 9th fret of the G string, followed by the 10th fret of the B string, and here we play the G and the B string together one more time with hybrid picking. Then the melody goes back to the 8th fret of the B string, and then back to the 9th fret of the G string. And in that moment I changed the finger. Instead of using my middle finger for the 9th fret, I'm using my 3rd finger to make a smooth move to the 7th fret of the 2 middle strings and bar them. Having them barred, we play a hammer-on with our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string, back to our barred fret on 7th string, so far. Down to the 5th string, also barred. And then the last 3 notes as they were in the first riff. This whole part starting with the slide up. Then we go back to the first fret, and we play exactly the same as we did in the part before. The third repetition of the riff starts exactly the same as the second part. And it's completely the same till this hammer-on. But after this hammer-on there's this little variation. First we play these 2 notes one more time, the 7th fret of the D string and the 9th fret of the G string. it goes down to the 7th fret part of the middle 2 strings. Then there's a short break, and then we have the last 3 notes. First part of the 3rd repetition. Then once again down to the 1st fret. One more time, the same notes. Then the 4th repetition of the riff is variated quite a bit more. Once again we slide up to the 9th fret. After the slide, we play the 8th fret as before of the B string, back to the 9th fret of the G string, then up to the 10th fret as we had before, but in this case or this time we only hit the B string, back to the G string on the 9th fret, and then once again up to the 8th fret of the B string. After that we change to the middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string and the 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Play them together. Then we take our 7th fret of the G string with our 1st finger and make a hammer on with our 3rd finger on the 9th fret. So far. After that we have our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G and the B string and do a slight bend up it, followed by a pull off to the 5th fret of the G and B string. And after that we go down to the 7th fret of the D string. This bending lick. Then after the pull off or after hitting the 7th fret of the D string, we bar once again the G and the B string back to the 7th fret of the D string, then the 5th fret of the G and B string, and then back to the 7th fret of the D string. So far. Then once again we go down to the 1st fret, playing the same as before, but stopping here on the G chord. The complete 4th part. And then we do a pull off from the 2nd fret of the G string to the open G string. After that the main groove starts, which is continued when the verse begins. Then we have a little fill in. We have the 2nd fret of the G string, the 3rd fret of the B string, then 1st fret of the B string, hammer on to the 2nd fret of the B string, followed by the 2nd fret of the G string, integrated in the groove. the end of the intro riff is this D sus chord followed by this D major. Try it. The D sus chord is 5th fret of the D string with our 4th finger, then the 2nd fret of the G string, and the 3rd fret of the B string. And when we change to the D chord, we only move the 5th fret of the D string down to the 4th fret of the D string. Once again, the last part of the intro riff played together. That was the intro riff of He Don't Play Nothing But the Blues by Robben. If you're interested in the rest of the song, drop me a line in the comments. If you're interested in the play along, visit my Patreon page. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please subscribe if you haven't, or ring the bell. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.